Welcome to the Anime and Chill Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Anime and Chill Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Before we get into that, we're going to be talking about Agretzko. So Blue, what did you think about the opening and ending music for the show?
Agretzko's, opening and stuff like that was very simple, but I did like how they did the little bit before it led into the song and stuff. No one would expect a heavy metal song for that kind, the way it looks.
Yeah, it's so epic and just weird. What did you think of the characters of the show?
I liked the characters. They were very simple on the outside, but then you realize they have a little bit more going on to them and things. I think my favorite was probably Haida, because he has a really nice fashion sense.
Haida's the one that's the one that likes Retsuko, right?
The hyena, yeah.
He's a hyena? Oh my god.
I think so. That's what he looks like, based off my vast knowledge of Lion King. Tadano was pretty cool too. The donkey.
Oh, yeah. For me, I think it's all lighthearted, right? The show's really lighthearted, but they got a lot going on.
Agretzko is lighthearted, but then it gets...
It starts off lighthearted, right? It's really chill, but at the same time, you feel for this little panda. This little panda that looks like a fox, you really feel for her because
it's so relatable.
Yeah, her job just sucks. So what did you think about the animation for the show?
The animation isn't something I'm particularly used to, but I really liked it. It was simple, it fit the tone of the show, and it touched everything, all the bases I had to cover, and I had no real problems with it. It was very interesting and I don't know, compared to most shows I watch. So
yeah, for me, it's a lot different, as you said, from a lot of shows, and it's just it's so cute, you know what I mean? Just these little animals just chilling, and I don't know. It has a very interesting art style, especially whenever Retsuko goes whatever that mode is where she turns into the punk metal thing. It's so freaking funny to just look at. For the soundtrack, the way it's punk metal, whatever the hell that is, it just fits so well with the show, weirdly enough. Whenever they just randomly do it, you know what I mean? So what was an episode that you really liked of the show?
I think again, you haven't watched it, but season episode 9 and 10 of season 3, because it went into a direction I did not expect it, and there was a character that gave both me and my friend huge chills, and also it's the first time I've ever heard the word simp be used in an anime. So
are you serious?
And by a character that I could see in my nightmares.
Was he saying simp, actually simp, or was it
he was doing this ranting thing, very in the situation it was really creepy and stuff, and he was calling a bunch of people simps is basically, but it was just a small little mention while yelling, not yelling, but a calm rant that made it even creepier. But then I don't know, it's hard to describe. I don't want to spoil it for you. But
okay, yeah,
it just creeped us out in the situation. But I had to go back and re-listen to it because I didn't I thought I heard simp, but I didn't believe it until the second time.
Was it in the dub or sub?
The dub, because
oh my god, that's crazy.
I don't know if it was in the sub yet. I have to go back and watch the subtitles for that though. Though I think the word simp has been around since 1980s. So
does it mean the same thing that it means nowadays?
Basically, it means simpleton, and it kind of evolved.
Oh, okay.
A little bit into a little bit more of an insult than it was, because before it meant just a soft person who was kind to women, and now it's more of a derogatory term. But yeah.
Yeah, now it's taken on a whole new meaning.
I want to see a video of someone doing the history of simp.
That would be a good video. Oh my god.
I'd watch it.
Honestly. For me, for a favorite episode, I honestly can't really pick one. I haven't seen season 3 yet, so there's a lot. Well, I've seen like 3 episodes of season 3, right? But I haven't finished it, of course. So there's a lot of episodes I need to watch. But honestly, the whole show is just like, I binged the show, right? So it's just like fun to just, I can't really pick one in particular, but they just all go together so well. And it's just like so chill to watch. I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of those shows for me that you can just throw on and like, it's like funny, but yet has, I guess, a decent amount of story, even though there's really not that much going on, but at the same time there is. Yeah. Season 3 is a lot different though. Like there's instantly craziness going on, right?
Season 3 follows a fluid plot, unlike like the first season did, and then season 2 kind of did.
So speaking about like the story and plot, what do you think about it? Especially like for season 3. What do you think?
When it started getting to like the whole romance stuff and developing, and I mean, I normally don't enjoy that stuff, but I started enjoying it a lot more, and like it just I don't know, it was just very intriguing. Like it felt like The Office a little bit, but like anime, and Hello Kitty had a child. Like The Office and Hello Kitty had a child, basically.
That's literally what a Gretzko is. Holy hell!
I don't know, but like we just got so like stuck into like the story and everything like that. Like me and my friend didn't stop watching it until we heard the ice cream truck, but that's another story. But it was good.
Because like as you said, like with the romance thing that was going on, I think it was like in season 2, like she meets this, like, isn't it like a donkey or like a horse thing?
Donkey,
what is that thing?
It was Tadano.
I actually like that dude, and I just like Retzko. You know, I want Retzko to be with somebody or something, like, as weird as that sounds.
I mean, I think they portray, like, relationships very realistically in it, because as perfect of a person as Tadano was, they're and, like, how much they would have gone together if their, like, futures lined up right. Like, it shows, like, you know, in real life, like, if your plans for the future don't line up that well, it's likely not going to work out. And I don't know, I feel like they handle stuff very, very realistically compared to other stuff I've seen.
Yeah, especially for a show that's about a little panda like working in an office. You know, like that's like what? It's just such a ridiculous concept, but yet surprisingly works out. Like I don't know what it is, but it's just a great all around show in my opinion. I mean, of course, there's no action or nothing like that. Like, don't watch it for that.
I liked it. It wasn't like anything like so hype that like really good plot or anything like that. But it was good. Like I like the.
I just think it was a good time. Like compared to many other shows, it was just like fun to just like watch, and it's funny. It's you root for Retzko, you really do.
Yeah. Because in certain parts, you can see yourself in the shoes of different characters, and they give you like the sides of certain people and stuff. Like there was like a couple of occasions where I sympathized with the boss, like, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, honestly,
like I still hate him,
weird.
but
oh yeah, he's no, that dude's a piece of crap. But still, the show does a good job of like. The characters are actually a really big part of the show.
Favorite scenes or moments? The only scene or moment that I'm going to remember for like ever is when Haida is drunk, is being lugged to Amai's house, and he sees his girlfriend saying, "The graphics are great." It was the best line in the entire show, and I was dying.
What the hell was that? My man was so drunk. He really thought he was like in VR. Like, what the heck?
But like, just imagine seeing someone's girlfriend and saying the graphics are great.
That part was crazy, not gonna lie. But I mean, I guess that's pretty much our thoughts on the show. If you're into, you know, these, it's kind of slice of lifey. Honestly, I think the pacing is really good with the show for what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's really not, I wouldn't really even call it a slice of life, but I could see how someone could say that, I guess. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one if you want like a chill, funny show to watch. Gretzko is definitely worth a watch, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, we're going to be talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We watched part 1 and part 2. I believe the hype. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I feel like it can get better, and I think it will. But for right now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
So part 1, I like back when I first watched like the first episode, I didn't really like it that much when I first only
Same.
watched the first episode. Like I zoned out a bit, like it wasn't into it, but then I watched the rest of it, and then it got better progressively in that one part, and then
Yeah.
part 2 just like was a slap in the face of this is pretty dope, man.
The first part, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's clearly not the best thing about the show. Like it clearly gets way better, way better. I think anyone who's seen a lot of the JoJo, like who's seen all of the show, can definitely say part 1's not the strongest.
I've
Yeah.
seen like stuff saying that part 1 and 2 aren't like the greatest, and like I get part
Yeah.
1, but if part 2 is like not as good, I'm excited for the next 2 parts because
Honestly, because part 2's dope.
it
like-
was so good. Joseph Joestar is definitely like the better of the 2 so far.
Yeah, it's not even really because the first dude, the first JoJo, I mean, he's just like your basic guy.
I think he's like the leeway into the start of it. He was a little bit bland, but not quite.
I mean, yeah, but he kind of had to be because I mean, he has to be like that super proper, admirable type guy. And then he dies, and it's like, oh crap, So kind of makes sense since there's so many bloodlines that keep going on. Like these people are like Joseph's gonna die once they. Well, I don't know if he died. I don't really know what happens, but there's so many other JoJo's apparently. I don't even know. It's weird, but it's actually really cool because it's really refreshing whenever like after part 2, right? Like the next set of characters are coming in, so it's like always kind of changing, which is a good thing, can be a bad thing. But personally, I think it's pretty different from a lot of shows. So yeah, pretty happy to see where it goes. What did you think about like the opening and ending music for the show?
Both of the openings were amazing.
Honestly,
I prefer the visuals for the second opening and the song for the first, but I could watch both of them every single time I watch an episode. Like,
yo, I swear, like it was just so hype. Like the opening, like the music was good, and then like the CGI type thing, it looked kind of weird, but at the same time, it just made sense for JoJo's. Like it just made sense to see that. I don't know how to explain it. It just looked really cool. And then the ending for me, that was it. Like
the song for the ending was great. Roundabout is a great song, and I didn't realize the whole to be continued thing was from JoJo's.
When I first watched it, the first episode like a while ago, and that happened, and I saw the to be continued, I'm like, that's where that's from?
I was sitting
This
there
show?
like, I thought that was from like, I don't know, Criminal Minds or something.
Like because like the ending music for the show is just so unique. Like I've never heard like an anime ending like that.
I
like,
think it's American too.
That's what I was thinking because it sounds like one of those bands, like
I
just
forgot-
some band.
I forgot the guy's name, but it's like, I don't know. I looked up the song later, but I've definitely heard like the song before, but I just didn't realize.
Yeah, I swear, like that whenever that comes on, I usually skip like endings, especially because usually they're not that great most of the time. Sometimes they're just chill, whatever, and you're just like, all right, let me get to the next episode. But this one, I actually would sit through it, and it would just be so good.
They had a lot of like American song stuff references in it too, like AC/DC.
There was an AC/DC reference, really?
One of the guys' name is AC/DC. It's spelled different, but it's a reference to him. And then Cars, I think, is a reference to the band of the Cars. I don't know about the other guy, but
That's so strange, but interesting at the same time.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's a fan of American music.
Music, I guess?
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be, right? What did you think about the characters of the show for part 1 and 2?
The characters were great. Like, Joseph Joestar, definitely number 1.
Hell yes.
Probably then Caesar and Speedwagon. Dio, as much as, like, I didn't, like, he was a prick. He was, like, extra and very, I don't know, I liked him as, like, not as a person, but as a character. Like,
right.
like, I don't know. I think he was decently written, though he's a little
Yeah.
weird and animal abuse is not right.
Yeah, definitely not.
But yeah, the characters, like, I think were pretty well written. And
Mhm.
again, Joseph Joestar.
Bro, Joseph, like for me, Joseph's definitely the best character of the first 2 parts. It's pretty. I just couldn't see anyone else. You know, he's definitely the best character.
Like,
But
so far, like, I'm probably after watching and finishing JoJo's. I don't know if it's ongoing. I think it is actually.
mhm.
But I'm probably gonna rank them, and hopefully Joseph stays near the top. Cause
I'm sure he will. He's probably one of the better JoJo's, to be honest.
yeah, he was just like, he was smart, but also
Cocky, and he's like
weird.
fine. Like, yeah. Did you watch the show dubbed or subbed?
I watched it subbed.
That's probably the way to watch it. But I was watching it dub, and the dub's pretty good. I know. I've heard like you need to watch it subbed. Like, what did you think about the sub? Honestly,
The sub was really good. I didn't listen to the dub or anything, but the
Mhm.
sub, I really liked the sub.
Yeah, I definitely should watch some of it subbed because from what I heard, it's just like so good. It's just like sometimes when I'm watching like a show, it's like I just want to chill. But for me, the characters would be like, of course, Joseph, and then I don't know. I kind of like Dio, bro. Like Dio's kind of cool, except
Yeah.
like, of course, he's evil. But in terms of like the character and just like how he's written and just like how he conducts himself, like, I mean, he's kind of dope. Except, I mean, clearly he's terrible, but like he killed the damn dog. Like, bro, the dog. Why did you have to do the dog like that?
That was a line, man.
I was just like, no, not the pooch. Come on now.
I thought Caesar and Dio were the same person when like Caesar was
Mhm.
introduced. I thought that was Dio for like a
Yeah.
hot minute.
They kind of look similar, to be honest. But I like Caesar too as well. Like he was actually a really good character.
Yeah.
And yeah, the way my man went out was, yeah.
Dude, I cried.
Honestly, like it was getting me, and I'm like, bro, is JoJo's like making me tear up?
I
What
don't
the hell?
normally like cry even after like when I was watching One Piece, it took a good like quite a few episodes for me to tear up.
Yeah. That was a good moment. Like just well written, just everybody was feeling it. I don't know what's that lady's name? That's
Lisa.
teacher. Yeah, she was trying to keep herself together, but then it's just sad to really like think about.
Yeah.
But the way he went out was, he's a legend for grabbing the antidote thing from that dude's lip.
Like, why'd they do Caesar like that, man?
I don't know, honestly. When it was funny, in the dub, the dude that voices Caesar is like Kirito from Sword Art Online. So like, I was just like, oh my god.
Oh wait,
Kirito.
that's also the one that voices Aaron Yeager. Right?
Yep.
I forgot his name,
Yeah.
but he also voices.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch
He
of
voices
characters.
a lot of people in a lot of shows. It's crazy for dubs. What did you think about the animation?
I like the animation. Like, it was really good. I loved the changing of the colors, and the fight scenes are pretty dope.
When I first watched the show, I actually didn't like it, to be honest. But as like I like when I first watched the show, I hadn't watched that many anime, to be honest. And like now that I've seen a lot of anime, I kind of know what to expect when watching anime in terms of animation. I can really respect JoJo's Bizarre Adventures animation. Like it's just so different. It has style. Like it just genuinely has style, and it makes sense. It's just another reason why it's so popular, to be honest.
Like, damn, I didn't know someone could have that many abs.
Yeah, they go wild with like the bodies of like look at Joseph's body. Like
I'm not complaining, but no, I hear in like I think it's part 8 or whatever of the manga. For some reason they aren't as muscly, and that's gonna be a letdown because I'm gonna get so used to it.
Honestly, because like they are ripped. Like it's insane how ripped they look, and yeah, it is just weird. What did you think about the soundtrack?
I like the soundtrack a lot. It fit the scenes, and I think most of them had like a really nice rhythm to them. I didn't pay too much
Yeah.
attention to it, but like there were some songs in there that like I was just like vibing to.
Yeah, same. I think they did a great job with like finding the right sequences to match with. Like it just all matched really well together. The
Yeah.
soundtrack with everything. What did you think about like your favorite episode? Like what was that episode that was just like, yes, this
I'm
is the one?
not entirely sure if I had like a specific favorite one, but again, season 2, episode 10, 11, like anything that
Mhm.
can make me feel emotions, they have something going for them.
I think the one that, yeah, same. I think the one that got me was that one. Is that the one where, Caesar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one for me, because the fight was pretty good. My man Caesar,
I
he
was
gave
not
it up, man.
expecting it.
I didn't think he would die. Like, I really didn't. I mean, I know characters, of course, are gonna be popping in and out of the show, but I just didn't expect that. And
I was like,
yeah,
he could be the next Speedwagon. I don't know.
yeah. Rest in peace to that man, to be honest. Goodness.
I like when that happened, I walked out of my room and I was like, screw the Zeppelis.
Oh my God. What did you think about like the story of part 1 and 2?
The plot's really interesting, like with the mask in part 1. It was okay, but when it came to part 2,
Yeah.
I was really hyped to see how the fights would turn out with like the Pillarmen and everything like that.
Yeah.
And with Joseph with his like, life on the line.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting the way like these dudes, like these what are they called? The hormone killers, basically. That's how I see them. These just hormone killers just show up, and then Joseph gets this thing wrapped around his heart or something, and it was crazy. And then he has to training arc, not really, but kind of. And then I haven't seen them fight yet, so I don't know what happens, but boy, am I hyped to see my man Joseph do something to that.
Dude, like, when you get to the ending of part 2, just let me know and just get on and talk about it, because the ending bit is like I was like feeling a lot of stuff there.
Really? God, please I just don't want my man to die. Please. Just don't kill my man. Oh, God. But I bet that scene's going to be so hype. Like, there's going to be so much action and just goodness. That's going to be so lit, to be honest. But yeah, I think like part 1 story was pretty good. It's the introduction to the show, which, I mean, I really like to judge shows off the introductions, right? But some shows, you kind of got to let them breathe. Like, look at something like One Piece. Like, you gotta, that crap evolves and changes so much, I bet.
Yeah, One Piece had like a little bit of a rough patch for like the first 20 episodes, but then like 21 or something around there just kicked off and, picked up. There was definitely like bad parts and stuff, but, you can definitely get turned off by like the first bit, and that's why introductions are important. But but after a while, if there is like some really good moments, it's a smart idea to go through it, like wait out the good water if there's like good stuff, like good water.
Just give it a shot,
Yeah.
You just gotta, you gotta see. You can't necessarily judge everything off like the first few episodes, which you can, and I don't blame you if you do, but at the same time, you never know. Like it could get way better for you.
Yeah, and then you'd be missing out on.
Yeah. And if you're thinking about watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the first part really ain't doing it for you, but honestly, I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it was bad. I think it was, it was maybe average, pretty average. But then the second part definitely picks up, I'd say. Especially my man Joseph. Like that one scene, bro. This is like my favorite scene from it. He's in like this shop, right, Joseph? And then this dude shows up. And my man just pulls out.
Oh, that scene.
I was like, what the hell? He just pulled out the strap.
I was not expecting that at all.
I was like, this this is JoJo's. Like,
Where did he
that
put
is
it?
peak JoJo's content. Like, oh my God.
Where was he hiding the freaking machine
Exactly.
gun?
He just whipped it out and murdered this man.
Like,
Holy hell.
oh, just whipped out a Tommy gun and just like. Brrr.
That was my favorite scene. Did you have like a favorite scene for the show? What do you think?
I don't have a particular favorite. There was a lot of like funny and great moments. Like,
Yes. So many.
Joseph Joestar is just on another level of I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
Honestly, that man's a legend, to be honest. And like, the show just has so many like funny moments, and it's just so different from a lot of other anime. And that's why I think it's so popular. That's why I'm enjoying it. It's just really different. Action's great. Animation's different and just interesting to watch, especially the way these action sequences play out. I never thought I'd be a JoJo fan, but damn.
Joseph's like character development throughout it as well is.
Oh yeah, because the way like that Caesar's death like really affects this man. I haven't seen the episode after that. I don't think. Oh wait, what episode am I on? I can't even remember. But I want to see how that affects him and how he takes that, like how he really takes that into battle. You know what I mean? So such a good show.
Rewatching the ending of the second opening hits different after that though.
If you're thinking about watching JoJo's, honestly, I'd say go for it. You never know. You might really like it. You might not like it, but I think the show does enough different from a lot of other anime that it's just so unique. And if you want like this, if you want action, bro, the show's got action. Thankfully, it has that action. So I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, it's so much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Same, because like I was hyped to get into it because I mean the JoJo fandom is just I don't know what it is, but it's huge and it's like the people that really love it, they love it like it's crazy.
Like after catching up on JoJo's, if I don't have like a 10-pack, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Oh my God. That's disturbing. But yeah, definitely recommend the show. And for next episode of Anime and Chill, we're going to be watching JoJo's Part 3 as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be watching BNA, which is, I don't know, it's like kind of like a Gretzko, like with these animals, except it's not really like a Gretzko. It's, I don't know what it is. It's some furry stuff.
I've only seen like 1 or 2 pictures of it. Still have no clue what it's about.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think it's about like these animals.
I think
it's so weird. I don't know.
I've seen
but it's kind of interesting.
I've seen something like where there's like some sort of human form, but I don't think so.
No, I think there's like a human form or something.
Maybe I don't know
like
because
these animals.
I was watching an art channel or whatever, and they were drawing like 2 versions of like in the Beast or BNA style. And I was sitting there a little confused because I was like, wait, isn't it all about animals? And I don't know. So,
yeah.
But.
So that's definitely going to be something that's interesting. And we're going to be giving you guys our thoughts on that. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Anime and Chill. We love you. And we're out.
Bye.